Man, what's good, fam? I'm back. I know it's been a minute, but man, shout out to all the returning viewers and subscribers, all the tribe members. Thank you for remaining loyal with my very inactive bullshit. But with that being said, welcome all newcomers, welcome all traders, crypto enthusiasts, investors. Appreciate y'all for dropping on the channel. Those who don't know me, I am a trader. Mostly deal with crypto, and I do a little forex here on a funded account. I have been in crypto since 2019, 2018, and I post every single day on crypto Twitter, man. I have a Discord. So, link in description or on the screen, as you can see here. Linktree will look something like this. So, access to the Twitter, I post pretty much every day. Half of the content's like alpha, charts, technical analysis, trades. The other half is just shit posting. Crypto Tribe Discord, get that in the link below as well. I'll break that down to you for a minute. If you're in the USA, you want to use a trading platform, I use Blowfin. And if you need a chart to trade on for the newcomers, TradingView works very well. And once you get into a more developed stance, you can hop on VLO or liquidity charts and things of that nature. So take a look at the Discord before we get into it. I have my content, the general trading, crypto, forex, profits, etc. Post here on a regular. I'd say I'm active about 4 days a week here, and we have I think around 130 members. So pushing around 2K on Twitter, and hop into it, man. I hope you guys enjoy. So I originally made a video before the one the one you're currently seeing now. I started from low time frame to high time frame, which I'm not sure why, but I realized that we're gonna double back on this. So from the high time frame standpoint, we're just gonna go ahead and hop into everything as far as like the fib, and then I'll break down and go into the 1 day time frame, show you some of my receipts and predictions of this week, and why I was wrong on a couple things and why I was right, because it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. When you're right, you have to avoid the euphoria. Of course, give yourself a pat on the back, remember how to do it again, but you have to backtest the good and the bad. You can't just get euphoric, you can't just get upset. So either way it goes, in your favor, out your favor, know why you won, know why you lost, whether it's trading, whether it's holding, even if you're doing it in your head, man, it's the best way to be. So going off the high time frame fib, I wasn't using a fib back in the day to cover this. I was just eyeballing my zones of key. So we're going to put these boxes here, just pretty much ignore, and from there we go. Now, pretty much going off the all-time high in 2021, bull market high, last bull market followed by the bottom in November 2022 at the 15,005 mark, wherever in that area. Pretty much the reason why we had such high consolidation after this was complete, from March all the way to October, we were all suffering, or majority of the newcomers and things of the weekends were suffering because they didn't understand what was going on. This is max pain for most people. A lot of people are struggling more with some type of long-term consolidation like this than they are at actually nosediving, because that's just humans, man. We crave destruction, we crave euphoria, we crave adrenaline. It's just in our nature, and that's why so many people cannot trade. They can't invest properly. Patience builds. Patience is amazing, but it also can kill depending on who you are and how you have things mastered. So following pretty much, the fib has pretty much been on point. So the reason why we had such a long consolidation is because we were pretty much consolidating at the prior highs, and before we have volatility with these impulses and big green dildos, we have to calm down around these high key levels. So following here on the high time frame, I would say this actually looks somewhat bearish in a non-biased perspectives. But my most bearish case scenario on a high time frame would be something sort of like a fill gap. You know what I'm saying? So do I think we're going to go to the 70,000s? No, I don't. Is anything possible? Yes, but I'm going to show you why on the 1 day time frame, my triggers and validations, and what I think is going to happen. And if I have my invalidation on the 1 day time frame, then I can come back and actually be bearish. But at this point in time, there's no reason for me to be bearish at all. I pretty much closed a recent long, and I'll show you the receipts prior to how everything was handled. So here, we're pretty much battling the 1.618 fib. Key resistance, we're making a lower high, but we're also making higher lows, and we have a range going on the 1 day that we're going to get into. So if we do happen to break out here, when we do, we'll manifest it. I'm looking at 115 to 120, top of 130 before correction, not going straight to these high numbers. I'm not going to overexcite you. That's not what I believe will happen. So as you can see, you'll have these pumps, just how we come in, but you will have consolidation. So is it possible we consolidate here? Yes, that would be max pain for most people. As far as bears not wanting to pump or bulls not wanting to dive, the worst thing that could happen to most of retail right now is just some consolidation. So I would not mind seeing that, as the range is very, very easy for someone like me to deal with at the moment. I don't look at this as chop. I look at this as a blessing of an opportunity. Maybe you lost some time to accumulate. Maybe you want to trade the range, get some more money, and any profits. If you're like me, I take most of my trading profits that I do not need, live below my means, and I throw everything in spot because we are in a bull market. So this is the time right now to be stacking um, and to just hold it down. So prior, we're gonna go look at some of my receipts right quick so you can see what's going on the. This isn't a flex; it's just showing you the 1 day time frame. Okay. So my caption was you were supposed to long the bounce, not the resistance. So prior on January 5th, I was already long here. I had seen the bottom come in. I said worst come to worst, we'll come down and make a right shoulder. As you can see, left shoulder bottom. Bottom was higher than the liquidity wick and the range lows. So I am ignoring this. I am ignoring the top. I look at this as all bullshit. Now, you can look at it how you want. You could say all the smart words. We could have the deviation, liquidity, blah, 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 short squeeze, long squeeze. We're going to throw all that away because at the end of the day, it's not making me any money at all. So we just look at the priors and we go off of that. We don't predict anything. We don't try to be right. There's people who are wrong and make money. There are people who are right and don't execute properly. We all have had a trade stop out before it goes straight to TP. You don't want to be that person. And when you miss your ideal target, where you think you would want to enter on a long or short, you do not FOMO because you missed or you placed your bids and it didn't get filled, whatever the reason may be. You could say, hey, I lost a fight, but my hand was hurting. It doesn't matter. You lost. There was a mistake being made. Trading is a one-on-one sport, just like boxing or chess. There's no one pretty much to blame other than yourself, and there was a mistake being made. You could never go back and say that you could have done something. You couldn't have done something better. So this is where I was looking. I said we can continue to go up. We could reject this key zone, or we could go higher or even below it. So I prepared for that. So I looked at resistance as a deviation because as soon as this broke up, majority of people, they start jumping up and down. When everyone, majority, especially people who are uneducated, the masses, start jumping up and down, you might want to be fearful when everyone else gets greedy. You heard the saying, be greedy when others are fearful, fearful when others are greedy. I study human behavior and, the behavior of the masses, and that pretty much leads me to a point where you can kind of roll the dice with your eye closed and still be more profitable than most people who are trying to be the most technical. It's just follow the money. It's very simple once you can control your emotions. That's the hardest part here. So, resistance, we had a little bull flag, top wicks were getting respected on the parallel channel slantedly. We had two double bottoms, cut that, ran stops here for the bulls. Downtrend ended. On the lower time frame, this is an inverse head and shoulders here. Climbed our way up, resistance. So we went higher than I had thought. So TP1 got hit. Originally, my greedy target was up here at past 107, not exactly 108, but greedy target. So did not get hit. We were wrong, but we were also right in a sense. Even though we were wrong on the target, we still had a TP1 secured, very small profits, 20%, and then we eliminated the entire risk. So I don't like to short that much in bear markets unless it's a substantial move. I'd rather just wait for the very small bearish low time frame move to be over with and then relong the bid. That's what I do. So I adapt to my environment. I like to be bloody in a bearish environment, and I like to be very greedy and pretty much a bastard in the bullish environment. So following here in the resistance, here were the results. We pretty much had a resistance tap here, deviation over my resistance level, and then tap. We didn't even come down to the lows of the left shoulder to make a right shoulder. We didn't even come down to the mid-range. So that is completely on the table to go right under mid-range, deviate and return. So this could not be the bounce, but we are going to be stalking this chart, shortly. So we could time this bid just in case this bounce happens. So as you can see, like I told you in the low time frame that you couldn't see, left shoulder, right shoulder, bottom, double bottom here with the higher low. You can't exactly see it, but it's very slightly higher. Downtrend came to an end. I didn't respect the short ones. I did the high ones because I don't want to respect a fake out. And then we came back down. We had the liquidity, left wick to the side, and then it rotated bottom to the right. So pretty much broke up, triangle, bull flag, deviation over resistance, just how I suspected, and came back down. Now originally, I thought we were going to go below 95,000. So if this bounces, I will be very appreciative, but I would have been wrong within my bias because I expected a deviation fake out. I expected something more bloody, to be fully honest with you. But as far as coming below, mid-range and then retesting, this box or the mid-range and then coming back down, then all of my bullish scenarios are off as far as the low time frame. High time frame, of course, I'm going to be bullish all year. I am very biased. I'm a very large holder. So this is pretty much receipt 1. Following receipt 2. All right, here I said, contrary to popular opinion, I have been enjoying this range very much. A lot of people like to call this chop. I don't call this chop. At first, people were looking at this going up. They were like vertical accumulation. Then we dived. A lot of people were talking about a V top, you know what I'm saying, or then a double top. So you could argue here's a double top, you know, if we break below. So at the point, like I said, I don't like to make predictions. I just adapt based off bounces, rejections, ranges, etc. You know what I'm saying? So just target the liquidity if you can. But left shoulder, head, right shoulder got established. It did not have to come down low, but think about it. The pump was higher off of the right shoulder than the left shoulder, rejected the highs. So this just deviating and not rejecting at the range highs, that goes to show bullishness. This could still be the right shoulder, high or low, whatever you want to call it. Technicalities don't matter. As you can see to the left, around this squeeze, very high wick to the top and bottom, wiped out most degenerate traders. All these wicks here, you could show that's demand. And, you know, if we pretty much close below like 94,000 or something like that, I'll probably just sit on my hands as far as Bitcoin unless I get a full bearish move to roll here. So as you can see, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, target under current conditions. That was the 105, 107 target that I was showing you guys. I didn't know if this, you know, this position up here would be a magnet, but it looks like we couldn't get all the way up. We pretty much stopped around the original conservative TP1 target as far as resistance. So deviated over the original resistance. Pretty much was. I'm going to change this red line so you guys know that it's not part of the 1-day time frame and that it's that's part of the fib. So there's no confusion, because I'll be over here like, where the hell did that line come from? So I guess this would be like my ideal bid for longs, but like I said, man, we could bounce here on the prior box that I had. We have mid-range if we just respect the range and not the deviations of the wicks or anything like that. So if we come back down below, I won't be very bearish. If we come down here, I'll be getting ready to bid. This would be the deviation below mid-range, and this zone would hold. If anything below red box, I'll be a little worried. I don't really want to come back down to range lows. Not with this type of structure here. With the wipe lower low, just I don't want to see that after a pump like this. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, on the weekly, I don't like the wick, but it's pretty much holding. I guess it's holding, and then we just roll back up, dog. So this is pretty much my bias, man. You know, I'm bullish as far as the 1-day bias remains the same. If not, we'll be low time frame bearish. Of course, high time frame all 2025, I am bullish. I have, you know, I guess to me, it's not that big of a deal. I think it's a pretty decent target because a lot of people are calling for 130, 150K Bitcoin, and some are calling for 300 or 400K. I have a mere prediction of 200,000, give or take. It could be 180, 240. It doesn't matter around here. Every single time we have experienced the bear market, the 1-year candle has turned red. So 3 yearly candles after have all been green, or in my case, blue. So your ideal time to buy is, you know, the bear market candle, pretty much after the all-time high. So you know your ideal bid is going to be red arrow 1 on the black candle, and your ideal TP is going to be year 4. So what you can do is just accumulate in the first 2 years, and then ride out the next 2 years, sit on your hands, and stack more bread, and you know what I'm saying, just realize some gains from there. So a lot of, you know, we have a lot of people. We have some people that enjoyed it. Another individual that says, you know, possible 440. Some person said impossible. I personally don't think anything's possible. You know, very off topic, but you know, one day in history, someone said, you know what? I'm gonna put some plastic and some wires together, and I'm gonna talk across the ocean to somebody else. I can't imagine hearing that when in those old days. I just can't imagine hearing that. I'd be like, you're crazy. But guess what? That's how things work. So I don't like to rule out anything. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Do I have anything else to show you guys? I guess we'll go over total one right quick or something. We can go over a little bit of it. Yeah, but this is pretty much how it looks on the 5-minute, you know, low time frame. I don't know if I honestly forgot if I went over the low time frame possibilities with you guys, but we'll just do it once more. We could have something like this. We could have, that's possible 1. We could have number 2. Okay. Come back down, like higher low double bottom type of situation. And then we could have something that really just pisses off the traders. You know what I'm saying? Come up and then straight down, wipe lower lows. You know what I'm saying? Hunt the SLs, and then we could get up out of here. Um, like I said, we could pretty much deviate between these mid ranges. You know what I'm saying? And create uh, maybe like a right shoulder, head and shoulders, inverse, sweep, something, man. So just keep an eye on these levels right here around the 94,000 range. But I would love to reverse here. I did enter long. Already moved stops to BE. Pretty much got in around 96,000. 96,000. I don't want to lie to you guys and say it's the 200s, but max we're looking at the 300s here just to, you know what I'm saying, be safe. But we have a zone here on the low time frame. We'll just go from there. All right, let's bust in. Let's check this out. We'll cover a few things. We have USDT dominance, very diagonal lines. Pretty much, like I said here, lower lows. Came back down, and it looks like we reclaimed with a higher low. So we'll continue watching that. A lot of people have been calling for a dive in Bitcoin dominance. If you go check my Twitter, I proved the Bitcoin dominance bears wrong for about 18 months straight. I don't think they realize what Bitcoin dominance does in the first year or two of a bull market, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, you guys know how it goes. Usually, stereotypically, it's Bitcoin, Bitcoin, ETH, large caps, altcoins, and then micros, memes, whatever. But this year we had Bitcoin and memes front running. Everyone lost faith in utility. Um, and then people were rotating at the wrong times. I will tell you that. So, and then following, we had coins do some substantial moves that are large caps. We had I know we had XRP. Ethereum still not outperforming against Bitcoin, as you can see the 7-day. What we want to see in an outperformance is like, let's say on a green day, Bitcoin does 4%, for instance, as you can see, but then Ethereum does 7, or maybe on a red day, Bitcoin falls 3%. But then, Ethereum maybe is stagnant, things of that nature. That's when the shifting starts happening. Bitcoin Ethereum dominance, the ETH Bitcoin pair. And Ethereum hasn't even, made a substantial run past the 4,000 yet. So, I mean, we are still in the baby stages. A lot of people like to say this one's different, but I personally believe that it might be even a little better than most suspect. BNB broke on the 600s, retraced from the 700s down to below the 6, but I think this thing is going to be a monster this run. We have Solana sitting above 2. Crazy if you got in at $13 on that thing, man. Dogecoin, Pepe, the memes have been running decent. What else? We had Litecoin move. I think that thing went from like $60 all the way up to 140, 150. We're sitting around the 100 levels. I am currently accumulating around 100. Once the ship takes off past, 110, I am not going to be buying any more Litecoin. I've been holding it for a very, very long time. But yeah, just following, man. Just following. I forgot exactly what became. Oh yeah, the large caps. So, but this run we had Bitcoin and memes. So next, I think we have ETH and large caps. Some large caps moving first, like I told you, XRP, things of that nature. And then utility finally moved months after. A lot of pain. We had HBAR do. I pulled a 6x on HBAR. And then some of my other utility isn't moving too much. I hold Algo as well, QNT. All the ISO coins pretty much. So ISO, decentralization, what else do I hold? Some more utility, the Bitcoin, Litecoin, and I have about 2 or 3 small caps. I'm not gonna say those up here because God forbid I get rugged or something happens. Yeah, I'm gonna get hated like crazy. But back to the Bitcoin dominance, we're pretty much. We deviated below this. A lot of people thought we were going straight to 51, 50%. All season would start. We came up, rejected mid-range. It gave more confidence, but then we bounced and made a higher low. So I think the confirmation level for me here would be 58 to 59%. And if we could pass that and create a substantial floor, I don't think that we necessarily just need to impulse up or down. People forgot that last time we had an impulse move up, double bottom, we had a consolidation point before reaching new highs. So double bottom, consolidation midway with no gap fill, and then move up into a whole new consolidation before diving. So people don't realize that the Bitcoin dominance can still go up, alts can still go up as well. We can consolidate and both things go up as well. So here we have multiple bottoms. I guess you could have, you know what I'm saying, I get like supply demand, type of situation here. Pretty much accumulation, and then we move up. So as far, I'm not going to sit here and guess and tell you what I think will happen, because right now it looks like a double bottom and it looks like we're going to go to new highs. This thing follows up. I think, it follows up with the Bitcoin price. XRP dominance. We'll go over this because it's a large cap. It's very, very underrated tool to be using here. XRP dominance is, you know how people, you know how all of us we focus on Bitcoin and Ethereum dominance. Well, I like to add XRP in that. I mean, it's just lovely, man. It lets you know the direction of large caps, alts, things of that nature. So we have broke, and I think we just continue up from here. So total one. We had a double bottom build up communication, low one, low two, build up, impulse, bull flag, along with the Bitcoin price and consolidation at highs. And now we have overtaken pretty much the highest liquidity zone resistance that we could possibly have. And now on the 1 day time frame, we are looking at these lines don't really make any sense, so please don't regard these. I forgot what time frame these things were based off of. All right, we'll just adjust, I guess, man. Completely disregard these. I'm not trying to make this video half an hour long. All right, so come down here, double bottom, and then we have our neckline here. Yeah, we'll just go off the neckline real quick. That's an easy level to hold here. All right, so contrary to popular opinion, man, this is right where the bread and butter is at. I mean, I don't. A lot of people look at Bitcoin. I like to look at total one, and I mean, total one is what? Look in the top left corner. Crypto total market cap, $sign, money. So this is money. That's why on the right we have 3.31 trillion is what we're currently sitting at. So I don't think Bitcoin moves the money moves Bitcoin. So total one is a very, very nice tool to look at, especially for my beginners that aren't utilizing your hybrid tickers or your more in-depth tickers. Most people, you know, that are just hopping in this, I try to cater towards beginners because there's no point of a vet really coming to me. We have the USDT dominance, check dominance. These are the four dominance pairs that I use mostly. The totals. Total one is the entire crypto market cap. Total two is the entire crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. So Ethereum is the boss in that scenario. Total three is total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and ETH. So you're moving the top two dogs. So you just have some large caps, very few, and then you have altcoins. And then others would pretty much be everything else. Okay. So following here. Bitcoin pairs, others for more specificness, because I'm, catering towards the beginners, it's the excluding the top 10, so pretty much all the low caps. Solana Bitcoin, Litecoin Bitcoin, ETH Bitcoin, and then these are just the main pairs that I follow on a daily basis. I have Alt Tier 1, which is futures, Alt Tier 2, which is just spot, and then I have some Forex pairs, some indices, things of that nature, But yeah, just following here, man, I remain bullish. You guys know my triggers, my invalidations. So I think I'm going to let you go here, man. But if you guys enjoy the content, please feel free to let me know. Anything that you recommend I can do better or change up, just let me know. To all the tribe members, any content you guys want personalized, just DM me. You know where to find me. And for all the newcomers, if you enjoyed the content, appreciated the video, feel free to thank me, to like and to subscribe. And if you have any other questions, man, just holler at me. Hope to see you guys in the Discord. Will help anyone to the best of my ability for free. There have been scammers in the Discord, so just heads up if you are joining. I will never DM you. I do not offer any paid services. Everything is completely free. Do not send money to anybody. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the trenches, man. Have a great week, and let's get this money. Money Mazin, I'm out.